Not long, she said, pausing mid-pace to fix him with a mock, stern look. He stood near the door, still. Either Monday or Tuesday. Jackie mentioned staying with a friend in Oregon after the workshop, but I'll call you when I know. She found her keys and slipped them into her purse. The painting in the corner held her gaze a moment longer than she meant it to. She reached up and touched his face. Paint me something nice while I'm gone? He nodded, eyes lowered, and let her arm fall. Write me something while you're gone? She smiled and kissed him on the cheek. Of course, I'll even mail it to you, just to prove I won't be gone long. I'll beat it here. You'll see. He held his apartment door open as she grabbed her bags. The handles cinched around her wrists like too many grocery bags. The weight gave her steps a slow sway. A canoe, drifting in the wind's wake. The door clicked shut and the apartment settled. The air smelled of acrylic. The refrigerator kicked on in the kitchen. Somewhere in the pipes, water moved. It happened this way. She would leave for work for however long, and it was just him on the shore of a lake, marooned. It could be hours, days, weeks. It didn't matter. The water rising. He glanced towards the painting he had started the night before. It was set up near the window in the dining room. The light fell cleanly through the window, laying bare the canvas. The painting began as a nature scene, copied from a photograph he'd taken in Olympic National Park, Evergreens, a lake. In the picture, the water was crystal clear, cerulean, and as reflective as a mirror. In the painting, the lake was sea green. The layers of green pressed together, black strokes cutting shadows into the current. The walls pressed in. He didn't stay long. He grabbed his sketchbook and a few black ink pens. No colors needed tonight, he thought. Just some sketches for when she returned. It didn't take him long to walk to the corner bar. The lighting was poor for drawing, but he went anyway. Especially on nights like this, he always found something to draw. He stepped in from the soft, Olympian rain. Rainier? The bartender asked. He was older and looked like he might work the docks during the day, permanently salt-stained and windswept like a buoy. He sat with a small sigh. Yes, sir. The stand-up cooler hummed behind the bar, swelling when the door opened and falling flat again when it shut. Just holler when you're ready for the next one. Will do. Anything going on tonight? Nah, looks like it'll be slow. Good, he said. The bartender smirked. A slow night would be easier, but loneliness was already at his ankles. He ordered another Rainier. Outside, the rain pooled in low places. It wasn't long until the beer settled into him. He finished a drawing of an empty booth and moved on to the regulars docked beneath the lone tube TV. Jeopardy flickered. They opened their mouths only to sip Rainier or float an answer. What are you drawing? The voice came from behind him. He hadn't noticed when somebody took the stool beside him. A woman around his age leaned in, trying to catch a glimpse of his sketchbook. She wore a tattered band tee tucked into a long skirt that nearly brushed the sticky floor, black combat boots anchoring it just above the grime. She stirred her drink slowly. The straw drifted in the cloudy liquid like a brush left soaking too long. Oh, just a still life of the statues at the end of the bar, he said, turning on his stool and pointing with his pen toward the regulars watching Jeopardy. The seagull droppings are hard to capture. She left. He turned the sketchbook to a blank page. This is how you got so good? He just left you guys in the car? Yeah, all the time. He'd closed the sketchbook an hour ago. Gave me time to practice. Better than dragging my sister and me through Walmart, asking for things we couldn't afford. Oh, you poor thing, she said, half teasing, half not. He studied the ice in his glass. It had already begun to melt. Actually, he said, there was this one time. He told it most nights when the seat beside him started out empty. He took us to work with him, a factory. Our mom had just left. Greyhound left. He couldn't find anyone to watch us. We didn't have family in Atlanta. He drank straight from the glass. The straw grazed his cheek before slipping back beneath the surface. The liquor clung to his beard. They made this cleaner. Simple green? We were stuck in a conference room with movies from Blockbuster. My sister wouldn't stop crying. Her hand found his knee. It rested there lightly, like something set down without thinking. So I went looking for him. Made it out to the factory floor. The forklifts kept beeping in reverse, fluorescent lights buzzing overhead. My sister is still crying somewhere behind me. He was moving pallets with the forklift. The other workers saw me first, hard hats and steel-toed boots. No place for a couple of kids. His voice thinned, but didn't break. When he saw me, he jerked the forklift too hard. Hit the shelving, barrel split open. He paused. There was cleaner everywhere, thick. It spread across the concrete. The smell stung. The drains couldn't keep it. It kept rising. He ran his thumb along the rim of the glass, a whole green lake. For a moment, he watched it gather there, on the bar, between them. He laughed softly. When they stood to leave, the bar stool beside him rocked once before settling upright again. "How's the painting?" she asked when she returned from Oregon. She said hello when she walked through the door, but got no reply. He just sat there, staring at the painting. She set her bags down, stepped behind him, and wrapped her arms around his neck like a wreath. She kissed his cheek. "Hey," he finally replied. "Yeah, I think it's almost done." Over his shoulder, she looked at the painting. It hadn't changed much. The sky and tree line were polished. The mountain was sharper. Finally, her eyes reached the bottom of the painting, half hidden by his face. The lake was thick with green. The paint had built up along the bottom edge, thick enough to bow the canvas outward. The painting absorbed the light rather than reflecting it. "Hey, look at me." He finally looked up from the painting. His expression was dull. She placed a hand on his face. "What happened while I was gone?" "I drew you something nice," he said. He handed her the pages torn from his sketchbook. The regulars she recognized stared back at her. The last page was not blank. A woman filled it. He did not look up. She picked up her bags, the weight pulled at her wrists, and she swayed as she walked out. When the door closed, he pressed the brush deeper into the lake, pushing the green into every place the canvas had once been bare. The bristles bent. He did not stop. Thank you.